Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of our Thailand honeymoon.
Today we're in Phuket and we've been doing a lot of relaxing, laying on the beach, and it's been so much fun. But if you missed part 1, click on the link below in the description to check out our time in Bangkok and Chiang Mai.
Yeah. All right, let's go have some fun.
What'd you get to drink?
I got a strawberry hibiscus margarita.
Yum! And I got pineapple something.
Something or other.
I don't really know what it is.
Cheers. So good.
Alright, we're dancing. Are you having a good time?
It's delicious. 3
Yep.
monkeys sitting at a table with us, all having a great meal.
Steak, edamame,
Mm-hmm.
pork belly,
Uh-huh.
spring rolls that we devoured, prawn dumplings, and fried rice in tom yum paste.
And tomato sauce, because we don't call it ketchup here. It's tomato sauce, because I've got french fries.
Okay. But it's all good, right?
Everything's great.
Yeah.
Okay, you look like you're in pain. What's going on?
My food is so spicy.
Is it?
Oh, and there's certain bites that are just like really hot.
What did you just compare it to?
There used to be a sriracha chicken sandwich from Wendy's. And it was hot, but it was not this hot.
So this
This is the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my life, but
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
good. But I'm gonna stop before I die.
All right, you got it, folks. Hotter than Wendy's. All right, what are you eating?
Banana muffin, my favorite.
What else do you have here?
Croissant, some kind of Danish. And then sticky rice with like an egg custard on top.
Yum.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sweet.
Uh-huh. We're at Maya Bay.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. This is where they filmed The Beach, which was, what, in the 2000s?
Earlier than that, I think.
I've never seen any movie, so I wouldn't know.
Anyway, this is where they filmed it. It's a beautiful spot, obviously. Leonardo DiCaprio was in it. That's all that really matters. Maya Bay. All right, guys, so we just spent most of the afternoon and morning on a boat, and we just went snorkeling for the first time ever, and I don't know if I was ever prepared for that.
It was so cool.
We stopped off of Phi Phi Island in Thailand and just jumped out of the boat and put on some gear and went snorkeling, and it literally looked like an aquarium.
Yeah,
And
I was literally, there was one point where I was pointing, that's Gil from like Finding Nemo.
yeah, Nemo. We didn't see Nemo, but
No,
we saw
no
a lot
Nemo.
of the other characters
Yeah.
from that movie.
But it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. The coral was beautiful.
Yeah.
We also saw Monkey Island, which was cool. And they got pretty close to the monkeys. I stayed back from them. It was weird.
Yeah.
But now we are on Phi Phi Don, and we're going to take a break and have some lunch.
We're at lunch on our boat day, and we just got some drinks. What's mine called?
Phi Phi Blue something?
I mean,
Sunset?
it looks beautiful. Ooh, it's a little purple.
Phi Phi Blue Island, maybe?
You
And I
got
got a pina colada.
Of course. Classics. Cheers.
All right, guys, we are soaking up the last little moments here in Phuket. We have a flight later today. It's actually not until 4 o'clock, but the airport is about 45 minutes away, so it takes a little bit to get there. So we'll be leaving here around 1 o'clock. Brian is still packing. We have 4 suitcases for this trip, and we're going to 4 different cities, so there's a lot to pack. But I wanted to show you guys a little room tour because Kimala is really cool, and this room is like super vibey, so let me show you. Okay, so here's a little entryway. We've got a bench here, and they have like the mini bar set up with this cool little coffee kit that we never got to use, but fits with the vibe. It's super cool. And then there's a sofa. This view, like, my God, I'll never get enough of this view. We have our own private pool, which is really nice. I think all of the villas have their own pool, and ours has a nice view of the beach. And then we have our giant king-size bed with a mosquito net, but the mosquitoes weren't actually too bad here. There's another door over here to get to the pool. And then if we come through this way, there is a little desk and this gorgeous bathroom. That is the shower right there in the middle of the room. And then there is a tub over here that is made from a real rock, they said, which is really cool. And you get the view even when you're in the bathtub. So cool. Little sinks here. And there's Brian. And this is where all of our luggage is that we're still packing. My only complaint about this hotel is that they were trying to make it so vibey that it's a little dark getting ready. But you know what? It fits. So that's Kimala, Phuket. What is this?
This is a boozy boba. So there are boba jellies in the bottom, and then it's like a lychee, Thai tea, alcoholic beverage, and then there's whipped cream on top, of course.
Yum. And they brought us a straw too.
Yeah.
Yummy.
We're gonna learn how to make this tomorrow.
We tried to correct it, but I don't know. It's blooming, it's pretty. Centaur, double blue, lilac. Anyway, from this side, you'll see kind of the big group and then the swoop back behind those hibiscus. Rest are down here. Okay.
All right, guys. So after almost 2 beautiful weeks in Thailand, it's our last night of our honeymoon. We're a little sad, but we took today to relax. We sort of hit a wall today.
Yeah, and I'm having some stomach issues when it comes to traveling. So
Yes.
we just like relaxed and laid around, and it was kind of nice. So we're feeling like the time is right.
Yep.
We're sad to leave, but also ready to kickstart married life.
Yes, and see our garden. I have no idea
Yeah.
what must be going on with the garden.
Yeah.
But tonight we're going to go out in Koh Samui for one last night. We're going to go see Big Buddha at sunset and then go grab some dinner, and then we're going to come home and pack up.
All right. Oh my god, look at this drink. It's huge.
Beautiful too. It's got butterfly pea in it, and then there's ginger and lemon and lime juice, and I think lemonade possibly at the bottom.
Yum.
A Pomporo.
It's like almost too beautiful to drink.
Yes, I am
Wow.
ready to try it. Should I try it? Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like so refreshing.
Yeah.
It's great because it's incredibly hot.
So we came back to Coco Tams for our last night because the vibes last night were just really cool, and we didn't get to eat actual dinner, so
Yeah.
I got some pizza,
Yep.
and Brian got pasta because we have had Thai food for the past 2 weeks.
Yes, I love Thai food. It's like our favorite thing, one of our favorite things, and I can't take it. Ah, my pasta.
Yum.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Delicious. Save me some. Alright guys, that does it for our honeymoon in Thailand.
Yeah.
We're sad. We're not gonna cry.
No.
We already cried yesterday. We feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Everything was fabulous. I
Yeah.
mean, even the weather was great. It only rained for like a couple hours or so in Phuket, like in the afternoons, which is, I mean, that's manageable.
Yeah, it just felt like such a magical trip from start to finish. It's also interesting, like, having traveled to different cities within Thailand now, like starting in the city and then sort of gradually moving our way towards the coast and towards like the more tropical relaxation stage of the whole trip. I think that was really smart because it was just a really fun trip because of that, and we got to rest after all of the adventure.
Yeah. Okay, so before we go, we want to share our peaks and pits of the trip. So, a high point and a low point. So why don't you go first, Brian?
Okay, so I'll go first. In Bangkok, we went on a boat trip over to a floating market, and it was like just this serendipitous thing that happened to us. We got approached by a tuk-tuk driver, and he wanted to take us around the city. And so he took us to a boat, and the boat took us on an hour-and-a-half tour through these beautiful rivers and little canals, and we eventually made it to a gorgeous floating market where we had lunch, and that's some of the best food that I had while I was on this trip.
I agree. It was delicious.
It was so good. And then they took us to Big Buddha, which was something that we had been wanting to see and didn't think we were going to be able to see in Bangkok. So it just felt like this wonderful like travel serendipitous moment, and it was the first week we got there, so it was like the first few days, and we got this like just magical cultural experience right off the bat.
So that was your peak?
That was my peak. That was like an incredible moment. I would say my pit is just the heat. I mean,
it's hot.
It is so hot here. If you're planning to travel to like Southeast Asia at this time of year, it's April. It is so humid, and it's hotter than I had expected, and I think I prepared for the heat, but the humidity just means that you're sort of like sweaty all day long. But week 2, I think I got like used to it. I think we understand it now, and
being close to the coast helps too, because you have like the breeze coming in.
Yeah.
Chiang Mai was like the hottest place I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, it was so hot there. We went to a flower market like the last 2 seconds that we were on the trip because we really wanted to go. And I remember standing at the market just thinking like, I'm gonna bake to death. We have to leave immediately and go to the beach. So that was my pit, but not a bad pit to have because we got used to it and it's breezy now. What about you?
So my peak was actually no, I want to start with my pit.
All right.
I want to end on something positive.
I love that.
My pit was that we were so tired in Bangkok. I almost wish that we had one extra day, because when we landed in Bangkok, we landed at 11 a.m. and we got to the hotel, checked in, everything, which was great. The room was already ready.
Yep.
And then we went straight to the mall and did like the floating market, and we were out for a bit. And then we came home and went to bed at like 4:30, and then we just slept. And we really missed like a whole evening and night. But you know what? You can't really control being tired, I guess.
Yeah,
and
jet lag is a real thing, and I think that there's probably a bunch of different ways that you can work around it, and I think that's a learning for our next trip for sure.
Yeah, we should have added like a buffer day.
Mm-hmm.
But my peak was the grandma's home cooking school in Chiang Mai. That was like a random thing that we found from a YouTube video.
Yep.
Which is where we do a lot of our research before we go on trips. And it was so fun. The grounds were beautiful.
Yeah.
Our teacher, Annie, was so fun, and she was so sweet. And not to mention, the food was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was also some of the best food that we've had.
Yeah.
And we made it.
Yeah.
Like, that was so cool.
Yeah, the khao soi, like, we fell in love with it. There's this sort of, like, Thai delicacy in this part of Thailand that is called khao soi, and it's like a soup with noodles in it. And
it's a curry soup.
A curry soup, and we weren't quite sure if we were gonna like it or not. And we had tasted it before and sort of fell in love with it. And then we got to actually learn how to make it from scratch. And so it was just a really cool experience.
Yeah, and you never know when you're in a class like that how the other people in the class are going to be.
Yeah.
And so my best friend Matt, who lives in China, was there with us. And then there was also another couple from China randomly, and then an American couple. And after we made each meal, we all went and sat around this big dining room table and just like talked, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
It's like a core memory from this trip.
I love it.
Okay, one more question. What was your favorite city?
So my favorite city was Chiang Mai, and I think that is just because it was very walkable from the hotel that we were staying at.
Yeah.
We were staying at a hotel that was like on a canal, so we got that like water experience that we wanted, but it was also in the city. Like the hotel was sort of at the end of this busy street with markets and all sorts of like shops and coffee. Obviously coffee is like a big deal for us, and we got to walk to get coffee every morning. And I also just thought that the people in the city were so friendly and so cool. It's like a very cultural place. I would compare it to maybe like Brooklyn, where it's just like a very cool vibe. All the coffee shops, I'm sure you guys are gonna see in this video, are super vibey and just so like style forward. So I really liked Chiang Mai. What about you?
Yeah, mine was Chiang Mai too. It was, although it was hot, it was the hottest place we've been. It was just like super chill, and we went to, I think, like 3 coffee shops every day just to like check them all out.
Yeah.
And it was super walkable. The food was amazing. And you also could get the experience of like being on the street and having a very, very cultural experience.
Yeah.
But then there were also like big shopping malls that you could go to, and like some really beautiful restaurants that we went to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that number 1 on my list for sure.
Yeah, it was a nice combination of all of the things we love.
Yeah. I do wish we had one more day there, because in Chiang Mai, if you're planning to visit, a lot of the temples and even some of the cafes are like outside of the city, and it just takes so long to get there, so you kind of need a full day. But other than that, I really loved it.
Yeah. All right, well, our honeymoon is over, sadly, but it has been a wonderful trip, and we hope that you guys really enjoyed this video and enjoy all of our stops and all of the footage that we got. I know we're gonna look back on this for a long time and reminisce, because this has been just the most happy trip of our lives, and we're so glad that you guys came along for it with us.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We've got a long set of flights to catch.
Yes.
But if you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps us out a lot. And make sure you click that subscribe button below and watch all of our videos that will be coming soon.
See you guys.
Bye.